Good afternoon, and welcome to a look at a new book that I've recently bought. This is the Haynes Manual on the Sherman Tank. I got it at the Printworks in my town. It's quite a small shop, but it does have a selection of military books, and I go in there from time to time to see what has appeared on the shelves. I got this around Christmas, and it's $22.99 originally. I don't know if it's ever been on sale for that price, but reduced to £6. And by the time I got it to the till, she told me it was actually reduced to £4, so it was an extra bargain. So it tells the story, the development of the Sherman tank. I've been quite interested in Shermans over the last 2 or 3 weeks, as I've been 3D printing about 8 or 9 varieties of the Sherman tank, the sort of developments over the war years, and all the different types of Shermans that you can get. I've probably still got another 5 or 6 to go that I haven't yet printed, but I mean the Sherman is quite a ubiquitous tank. Came in many different forms. Great for the wargamer. So, this is a, where are we, 164 page book. And it takes us, well, it comes in the form of those old Haynes manuals that you used to get when you're doing your DIY on your car. They've obviously branched out into all sorts of different manuals now. So we get the Sherman story, the bits on the variants, how it was built, the different parts of the Sherman, Sherman in action. Nice little interesting section if you've got a lot of money on how to buy it, how to insure it and looking after it, and legislation involved in keeping a Sherman, maintaining the Sherman, and some appendices with facts and figures. So it's liberally sprinkled with photographs, black and white and colour. Sorry about the reflections. That's my roof lights, ceiling lights. Tons and tons of illustrations. What have we got here? M4A1, sort of sloped version rather than the sharp-edged version. M4A3, that looks like it's down at Bovingdon. Some little variations. Right, here we go to the variants, the M3. M4. Sorry, the M4 was developed from the M3. So we started off with the M4s, M4A1s, M4A3s, M4A, various others. Lots of lovely information and photographs. M4A6. Of course, the Shermans were used after the war, Arab-Israeli war. We've got some information on the different variations and why they were different. Difference between the welded hull, the cast hulls, different armaments they've got, engines. That takes you through all the various different marks. Development vehicles in the major production changes. So tons of facts and figures. Major adaptations and modifications. So we've got bridge layers, amphibious tanks, combat engineer vehicles. Loads and loads of charts. Refurbishing them. That's an interesting one. The 50,000th combat vehicle shipped by the Chester Tank Depot. Engines, running gear, lots of original drawings from manuals. And have I missed the bit about, where are we? Restoring the Sherman. Maintaining it. Oh, where's the bit about? Let's have a look at the index. Oh, here we are, owning the Sherman. Now, I did notice it mentioned some of the costs of recently sold Shermans. Where have we got? 95% complete one, 125 grand. $375,000, 325 it went for. One recovered from Omaha Beach, unrestored, for sale at nearly $600,000. Privately owned M4A4. There you can see legal aspects of owning a tank. So if you are considering buying one, there's information on what you need to know. Driving it. Anyway, that's the Sherman tank book. That'll be quite a useful addition to the military history library, and for £4, not a bad bargain at all. Thanks for watching.